Like if you start to think of what are we afraid of? In fact, sometimes that's an exercise that's done just to write down, what are you afraid of? And sometimes you need several notebooks. And you can write down particular instances, like afraid of a particular dog that day, or afraid of a particular distressing person who was begging on the street, or afraid of a confrontation that you had at work that brought up fear, or afraid of someone in your immediate family, or someone in your past. It goes deeper, though, than the outer circumstances, and if you look deeper, and then you realize it's, fear of not being good enough, fear of losing something, fear of not being loved, fear of, lots of, sometimes they're called core beliefs that we hold about ourselves, deeply held fears, which sometimes are not even verbalized, but deeply held fears. And then if you go deeper, really it comes down to, in my experience, and this is also in accord with the Shambhala teachings, but it's definitely my personal experience and the experience which is shared with me by so many people, year after year, over and over, and that is a fear of ourselves. It's like ashamed of ourselves. Fear to look closely. Fear of what we're going to see if we look at ourselves. And so the training, the pith of the one that we use this image of the warrior, the one who cultivates bravery, it's looking at this fear of oneself, looking closely at oneself. For the first time having the support of the teachings and the practices of various forms to look closely at oneself. Brave enough to really look. That's the heart of it. And then the heart of it is to not be afraid of ourselves. The heart of the kind of impassioned message that Trungpa Rinpoche left was, we do not need to be afraid of ourselves. There is no one living that doesn't have tremendous creativity, tremendous openness, potential for openness. There's nobody living who doesn't have tenderness and strength. So why should we be the exception to the rule? Now, I think, people often say that I go around year after year saying the same thing and kind of like beating a dead horse. But I don't care. Because this is where we get stuck, is with this not trusting ourselves. This is where we get stuck. This is where it all gets twisted. This is where everything gets funny. Everything gets strange. Everything gets kind of thrown out of kilter. Not trusting, not respecting ourselves.